Merhaba arkadaşlar, yeni bölüme hoş geldiniz. Kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. İlk başta bir parçamızı dinleyelim, ondan sonra üzerine çalışalım. Devamında da konuşma pratiğine geçiş yapacağız. Şimdi dinleyelim isterseniz.
Tom was happy because he had an interesting morning in church. On Monday morning, Tom did not want to get up.
Get up immediately, Tom, and get ready for school.
And Polly cried. On his way to school, Tom met his friend Huckleberry Finn. Huck's father drank whiskey all the time and did not work. Huck had no mother and no home. He lived in the streets and did not go to school. His clothes were old and dirty. He went fishing and swimming when he wanted. Huck was happy. All the mothers of the village hated him because he was lazy and used bad language. All the children of the town liked him very much. They admired him.
Hello, Huckleberry. What's that?
It's a dead cat,
said Huck.
What will we do with it?
Asked Tom.
I want to take it to the graveyard after midnight,
Huck said.
Evet, şimdi de çalışma kısmına geçiş yapalım. Dileyen arkadaşlar direkt konuşma faslına geçiş yapabilirler. Ve başlayalım. Evet. Tom was happy. Tom was happy. Tom oldu. Yani Tom oldu mutlu. Yani Tom mutluydu diyerek çevirmemiz gerekiyor. Tom was happy because. Çünkü neden mutluydu? He had an interesting morning in church. O sahip bir ilginç sabah içinde kilise. Yani şunu demeye çalışıyor. O ilginç bir sabah geçirdi kilisede. Cümleyi tamamen toparlarsak, Tom mutluydu çünkü kilisede ilginç bir sabah geçirdi. On Monday morning, Tom did not want to get up. On Monday morning, on üzerinde, üstünde, Monday pazartesi, yani pazartesi, o günü vurgulamak için on Monday şeklinde kendinizi ifade etmeniz gerekiyor. Pazartesi, o günü. Pazartesi sabahı, on Monday morning, Tom did not want, istemedi. Want, istemek, istemedi. Ne yapmak istemedi? To get up, kalkmak. Pazartesi sabahı Tom kalkmak istemedi. Bunu demek istiyorlar. Kim? Tom. Ne yaptı? Kalkmak istemedi. Ne zaman? Pazartesi sabah. Yani pazartesi sabah kısmını sona da ekleyebilirsiniz arkadaşlar. Yani şöyle de söyleyebilirsiniz. Tom did not want to get up on Monday morning. Yani o kısmını, yani pazartesi sabahı kısmını cümlenin son kısmına da ekleyebilirsiniz. Hani kim ne yapar veya kim ne yaptı sorusuna tam cevap olabilmesi için cümleyi bu şekilde de değiştirebilirsiniz. Pazartesi sabahı Tom kalkmak istemedi. Get up immediately. Get up immediately. Get up kalk demek. Immediately hemen. Kalk hemen veya hemen kalk şeklinde çevirebilirsiniz. Get up immediately. Kalk hemen Tom diyor. Tabii ki Polly teyze böyle bağırıyor. And get ready for school. Ve get ready. Hazırlan. Neye hazırlanması gerekiyor? For school. Okula hazırlan. Kalk hemen Tom ve okula hazırlan diye bağırdı Polly teyze. Get up immediately Tom and get ready for school. And Polly cried. Cry işte bağırmak. Birincil anlam normalde ağlamak anlamına geliyor da ama cümlenin bağlamında ele alırsak bağırmak, seslenmek, haykırmak da diyebilirsiniz yeri geldiğinde. On his way to school, on his way to school, okula giderken, on üstünde veya üzerinde, his onun, way yol. Nereye giden yol? To school, okula. Kelime kelime tercüme edersek okula giden yolda şeklinde bir şey ortaya çıkıyor. Ama Türkçenin kültürünü baz alarak çevirdiğimiz zaman okula giderken şeklinde çevirmekte fayda var. On his way to school, Tom met his friend Huckleberry Finn. Tom buluştu. Meet. Buluşmak, karşılaşmak, tanışmak anlamlarına geliyor. Ve bu fiilin geçmiş hali met. Met. Tom karşılaştı diyelim biz. Tom karşılaştı onun arkadaşı Huckleberry Finn. Yani okula giderken Tom arkadaşı Huckleberry Finn ile karşılaştı. Bunu demeye çalışıyoruz. Huck's father drank whiskey all the time and did not work. Huck's father, Huck'ın, bakın şuradaki s takısı var ya, sahiplik belirtiyor. Bir önceki bölümlerde de buna vurgu yapmıştım. Huck'ın babası, Huck's father, Huck'ın babası drank whiskey. İçti whiskey all the time, her zaman. And ve did not work. Çalışmadı. Yani şunu demeye çalışıyor. Huck'ın babası sürekli viski içiyordu ve çalışmıyordu. Böyle bir olayı biz bu şekilde anlatmayı tercih ederiz. İlla Huck'ın babası viski içti, yani her zaman viski içti ve çalışmadı şeklinde hikaye anlatımı pek kulağa hoş gelmiyor. Yani tırmalıyor değil mi? Ama Huck'ın babası sürekli viski içiyordu ve çalışmıyordu. Bu şekilde tercih etmemizde fayda var işin doğallığını korumak açısından. Huck had no mother and no home. Huck sahip değil anne ve değil ev. Yani Huck'ın ne annesi vardı ne de evi. Bunu demeye çalışıyor. Huck'ın annesi ve evi yoktu. No. He had no mother and no home. He lived in the streets and did not go to school. O yaşadı in the streets, sokakta. Daha doğrusu streets dediğinden dolayı, S-taksı olduğundan dolayı sokaklarda yaşıyordu. He lived in the streets and did not go to school ve did not go. Gitmedi. Nereye gitmedi? To school. Okula. Yani okula gitmiyordu. Sokaklarda yaşıyordu ve okula gitmiyordu. His clothes were old and dirty. Onun elbiseleri veya kıyafetleri, Huck'ın kıyafetleri, his clothes were oldu. Ne oldu? Eski and dirty ve kirli. Onun kıyafetleri eski ve kirliydi. Bunu demeye çalışıyoruz. He went fishing and swimming when he wanted. He went fishing and swimming when he wanted. O gitti fishing, balık tutmaya. O gitti balık tutmaya ve yüzmeye ne zaman o istedi. Yani istediği zaman balık tutmaya ve yüzmeye giderdi şeklinde tercüme etmemiz gerekiyor. Huckleberry Finn istediği zaman balık tutmaya giderdi ve istediği zaman yüzmeye giderdi. Huck was happy. Huck oldu mutlu. Yani o mutluydu. Huck mutluydu. All the mothers of the village hated him because he was lazy and used bad language. All the mothers, bütün veya tüm anneler, neredeki tüm anneler? Of the village, köydeki bütün anneler, köydeki tüm anneler hated him, nefret ederdi ondan. Kim sorusuna cevap uzun bir özne var değil mi? Yani köydeki bütün anneler. Köyün tüm anneleri ne yaparlardı? Hated him, nefret ederlerdi. Kimden? Ondan. Him, ondan. Neden? Because, çünkü he was lazy. O oldu tembel. Çünkü o tembeldi. And ve used bad language. Kullandı kötü dil. Yani Huckleberry Finn çok tembel ve kötü dil kullandığı için köydeki tüm anneler ondan nefret ediyordu. Bunu anlamanız gerekiyor. All the children of the town liked him very much. They admired him. All the children, bütün, tüm çocuklar, neredeki çocuklar? Of the town, kasabadaki tüm çocuklar. Kim sorusuna cevap bu. Kasabadaki yani veya kasabanın bütün çocukları liked him. Seviyordu onu. Veya kasabanın bütün çocukları onu severdi. Ne kadar severlerdi? Very much. Çok yani. Kasabanın çocukları onu çok seviyordu. They admired him. They, onlar, admired him. Ona hayrandı. Admire, hayran olmak. They admired him. Onlar ona hayrandı. Kasabanın çocukları Huckleberry Finn'e hayran. Şimdi Tom arkadaş Huckleberry Finn ile konuşmaya başlıyor burada. Hello Huckleberry, what's that? Merhaba Huckleberry veya selam Huckleberry, what's that? What is that? That o demek. What ne? Yani what is that? O da ne? Tom Huckleberry Finn'e selam veriyor. Diyor ki o da ne elindeki işte. What's that? It's a dead cat, said Huck. It is a dead cat. O bir ölü kedi, dedi Huck. Bu ölü bir kedi, diyor Huck. Bu şekilde cevap veriyor. What will we do with it? Asked Tom. What? Ne? Will? Acak ecek. We. Biz. Do. Yapmak. With. ile. It. O. Yani diyor ki bununla biz ne yapacağız? Yani ölü bir kedi var sonuçta. Tom hemen arkadaşına diyor. Tam bu ölü kediyle biz ne yapacağız? Biz ne yapacağız? İşin içerisine hemen kendisini dahil ediyor. What will we do with it? Asked Tom. Sordu Tom. Biz ne yapacağız bu kediyle? Dedi Tom. I want to take it to the graveyard after midnight. Huck said. I want, ben istiyorum, to take, götürmek, it, onu, nereye? To the, şuraya, yani bir yön belirtiyorsunuz. To the graveyard. Graveyard, mezarlık. Ben onu mezarlığa götürmek istiyorum diyor. I want to take it to the graveyard. Ne zaman götürmek istiyor? After midnight. After midnight. Yani gece yarısından sonra. Gece yarısından sonra ben onu mezarlığa götürmek istiyorum dedi Huck. Huck said. Dedi Huck. Artık mezarlıkta ne yapacaksa ölü kediyle gece yarısı. Şimdi gelelim konuşma kısmına. Konuşma kısmına geçmeden önce isterseniz şöyle bir duraklatarak yine baştan aşağı şöyle bir okuyun. Okuyun ki konuşmak sizin için biraz daha kolay olsun diyeyim. Umarım yapmışsınızdır. Okay then, let's start speaking practice. I will ask you very easy questions and you will answer them with simple sentences. Okay? Try to give longer answers with simple sentence. Okay? So, Tom was happy because he had an interesting morning in church, right? He was happy because he had an interesting morning in church. Who was happy? Who was happy? Well, yes, Tom, right? Tom was happy. Why was he happy? Why was Tom happy? Well, yes, because he had an interesting morning in church, right? He was happy because he had an interesting morning in the church. Remember, he had some kind of big black beetle and he put it on the floor and there was a little dog and it wanted to play with that black beetle and the beetle bit the dog's nose. And all the people, they were watching them. They weren't listening to the reverend. The reverend was talking and talking about something, but the people, they weren't. None of them was listening to the priest. People were watching the dog and the beetle because it was funny and more interesting. Where did he have an interesting morning? Where did Tom have an interesting morning? Where did he have? Well, yes, he had an interesting morning in church, right? Tom had an interesting morning in church. Did he have an interesting morning in school? Well, no. No, he didn't. He didn't have an interesting morning in school. He had an interesting morning in church. And that's why he was happy. So, again, what kind of morning did Tom have? What kind of, ne tür, nasıl veya ne biçim? What kind of morning, ne biçim sabah geçirdi Tom veya nasıl bir sabah geçirdi Tom? Yes, he had an interesting morning, right? It wasn't boring. It was an interesting morning. And what made Tom's morning interesting? Tom'un sabahını ilginç yapan şey neydi? What made, make'in geçmiş hali, yapmak anlamında. What made, ne yaptı? Tom's morning interesting. Tom'un sabahını ilginç yapan şey neydi? Yes, the beetle and the little dog, right? They made his morning very interesting because he hated going to school on Sundays, and after Sunday school, I think they always go to church, and we know that from the story, Tom hated this. Okay. On Monday morning, Tom did not want to get up. On Monday morning, Tom did not want to get up. Who did not want to get up? Who didn't want to get up? Who? Well, of course, Tom, right? Tom didn't want to get up. Why? Why didn't he want to get up? What's wrong? What's the problem? Well, maybe he liked sleeping, right? We're talking about a child, a boy. Maybe he liked sleeping. Maybe he was tired, or maybe he was lazy, right? He was lazy, that's why he didn't want to get up. When did he not want to get up? When did Tom not want to get up? When? Well, yes. On Monday morning, Tom didn't want to get up, right? He didn't want to get up on Monday morning. What about you? Peki ya siz? Do you like getting up early? Sabah erken kalkmayı seviyor musunuz? Try to give longer answers with simple sentence. Try this, please. Where was Tom? Where was Tom when he didn't want to get up? Where was he when he didn't want to get up? Where was he? Well, of course, he was in Aunt Polly's house, right? Tom lived with Aunt Polly, and he was in Aunt Polly's house when he didn't want to get up. Get up immediately, Tom, and get ready for school, Aunt Polly cried. Who should get ready for school? Who should malumeli? Who should get ready for school? Well, yes, Tom, right? Tom should get ready for school. And who says, get up immediately and get ready for school? Who said this? Yes, Aunt Polly said that. She said, come on, Tom, get ready for school. Come on, get up. Get up immediately. You should go to school, and you shouldn't be late. That's why you should get up early and get ready. Why does Aunt Polly want to Tom get up immediately? Why does she want Tom to get up immediately? Why? Neden hemen kalkmasını istiyor? Yes, because Tom, he has to go to school, right? Tom should go to school. That's why he has to get up early. That's why Aunt Polly is telling him to get up. Do you think Tom liked this? Do you think Tom liked getting up early in the morning and going to school? Do you think he liked this? Well, of course, no. Tom didn't like these kind of things. He doesn't like. But he has to, right? He has to go to school. And on his way to school, Tom met his friend Huckleberry Finn. Who did Tom meet on his way to school? Who did he meet on his way to school? Yes, his friend. He met with his friend. And what is his friend's name? What's the name of his friend? Yes, Huckleberry Finn. Where did Tom meet with his friend? Where did he meet Huckleberry Finn? Yes, he met with his friend on the way to school, right? While he was going to school, he met with his friend Huckleberry Finn. Do you think Tom felt happy? Do you think he was happy to see his friend? Well, of course, yes. Probably Tom was happy to see his friend Huckleberry Finn. Do you think Huckleberry Finn was going to school as well? Do you think he was also going to school, or was he just passing by? Sizce Huckleberry Finn o da mı okula gidiyordu, yoksa sadece geçip gidiyor muydu orada? Sadece karşılaşma mıydı sıradan? Well, Huckleberry Finn, he didn't go to school, right? Huckleberry Finn, he didn't go to school. He wasn't going to school. He was just hanging around up there. But Tom, he was going to school, and on his way to school, he met with his friend Huckleberry Finn. Probably Huckleberry Finn was just passing by, right? He was just passing. And then they met. Huck's father drank whiskey all the time and didn't work, right? Huck's father drank whiskey all the time and did not work. Whose father drank whiskey all the time? Whose father drank whiskey all the time? Yes, Huckleberry Finn's father drank whiskey all the time. Did Tom's father drink whiskey all the time? Well, no. Tom's father didn't drink whiskey all the time. Actually, we don't know Tom's father. Tom had no father and no mother. Huck's father drank whiskey all the time. How often did Huck's father drink whiskey? How often did he drink whiskey? Well, yes. He drank whiskey all the time, right? He drank whiskey always. Did he drink ayran all the time? Did he drink ayran all the time? Well, no, he didn't, right? He didn't drink ayran all the time. He drank whiskey all the time. Ayran is healthy. Whiskey is unhealthy. Whatever. Huck had no mother and no home. Who had no mother and no home? Yes, Huck, right? Huck had no mother and no home. He didn't have mother and home. Did he have father? Did Huck have father? Well, of course, yes. He had a father. And what's wrong with his father? What's the problem with his father? Well, yes, his father was drunk. Drunk, sarhoş demek. Drank, içti anlamında. Üçüncü halde işte içmiş anlamında da drunk diyebilirsiniz. Drink, drank, drunk. His father was always drunk. Babası her zaman sarhoştu. He had a father, but he had no mother and no home. So, he lived in the streets and didn't go to school. His clothes were old and dirty. Where did he live? Where did Huck live? Well, yes, he lived in the streets. Did he live in his house? Did Huck live in his house? Well, unfortunately no, right? He didn't live in his house because he had no home, no house, no mother, so he lived in the streets. Did he go to school? Did Huck go to school? Well, no. Unfortunately, no. He didn't go to school. Why do you think he didn't go to school? Sizce neden gitmemiş olabilir okula? Why didn't he go to school? Why? Well, because he was poor, right? Huckleberry Finn was poor. He didn't have any family. I mean, proper family. And maybe he didn't like going to school. Why not? How about his clothes? How were his clothes? Well, his clothes were old and dirty, right? Why do you think Huckleberry Finn had old and dirty clothes? Why? Why do you think he had this kind of clothes? Well, because he was poor. He had no family. No family means no money. No money, no honey. Besides, he lived in the streets. That's why all the time he had very dirty clothes, because all the time he's in the streets. That's why his clothes were old and dirty. So, he went fishing and swimming when he wanted, right? Huckleberry Finn went fishing and swimming when he wanted, and he was happy. Who went fishing and swimming when he wanted? Who did this? Well, of course, Huckleberry Finn. He could go to swimming and fishing whenever he wanted. Could Tom go fishing and swimming whenever he wanted? Could he do this? Well, no. Tom couldn't do that. Tom couldn't go swimming and fishing whenever he wanted. Again, what kind of activities, ne tür aktiviteler, what kind of activities did Huckleberry Finn do when he wanted? What kind of activities did he do when he wanted? Well, yes, He went fishing and swimming and other things, right? He could do whatever he wanted. Was he happy? Was Huckleberry Finn happy? Well, of course, yes. Of course he was happy. Because he was free, right? He was a free child in that village. Okay, and all the mothers of the village hated him because he was lazy and used bad language. Who did all the mothers of the village hate? Who did they hate? Kimden nefret ediyorlardı bütün anneler? Yes, all the mothers of the village hated Huckleberry Finn. Why did they hate him? Why did all the mothers of the village hated him? Why? Well, they hated him because he was lazy, right? And all the time he used some kind of bad language. That's why all the mothers in the village hated him. Again, what were the reasons for the mothers hating him? Nedenleri neydi? Reason, neden, sebep. What were the reasons? Nedenleri neydi? For the mothers hating him. Yani nefret etmelerinin nedenleri nelerdi? Neden nefret ediyordu çocuktan? Well, the reasons were that Huckleberry Finn, he was lazy, right? That's the first reason, he was lazy. And the second one was he was dirty and he used some kind of bad language. These were the reasons for the mothers of that village. But all the children of the town liked him very much, right? All the mothers, they hated him, but the children, they liked him very much. And moreover, daha fazlası, daha ötesi, they admired him. Ona hayranlık duyuyorlardı. So, who liked Huckleberry Finn very much in that town? Who liked him? Well, yes, all the children, right? All the children of the town, they liked him. Why do you think all the children in that town liked him very much? Why? What's the reason? Sebebi ne? Well, probably Huckleberry Finn was a free child in that town. He was free. He could do whatever he wanted, right? He can go swimming or fishing whenever he wants. And all the children in that town, they are seeing this, right? They are watching him. Because these children in that town, they also wanted go swimming and fishing, right? But they couldn't do these things. Probably that's why they liked him very much. Do you think adults like him? Do you think yetişkinler, do you think adult people liked him very much? Well, no. Adults, they didn't like him. The children liked him very much. And they admired him, right? Who admired Huckleberry Finn? Yes, the children. The children admired him because Huckleberry Finn was free. Okay. Hello, Huckleberry. What's that? It's a dead cat, said Huck. What did he have? What did Huckleberry Finn have in his hand? Well, yes, he had a dead cat. Did he have a dead beetle? Did he have a dead beetle? Well, no. No, he didn't have a dead beetle. He had a dead cat. What will we do with it? Asked Tom, right? Tom asked this question to Huckleberry Finn. He asked, what will we do with it? What are they going to do with that dead cat? What are Tom and Huckleberry Finn going to do with that dead cat? Well, according to Huckleberry Finn's plan, Huckleberry Finn'in planına göre, yani bir şeye göre, according to Huckleberry Finn's plan, he wants to take that dead cat to the graveyard. Where does he want to take that dead cat? Where does Huckleberry Finn want to take that dead cat? Well, yes, to the graveyard, right? He wants to take that dead cat to the graveyard. When did he want to take that dead cat to the graveyard? When? Well, yes, after midnight. He wants to take that dead cat to the graveyard after midnight. Why do you think he wants to take that dead cat to the graveyard? Why? What's the reason? Sebebi ne olabilir? Neden götürmek istiyor sizce? Just guess. Tahmin edin. Bir tahminde bulunun kendinizce. Bu çocuk neden gece yarısı kediyi mezarlığa götürmek istiyor? Why do you think Huckleberry Finn wants to take that dead cat to the graveyard? Okay, we will learn this in the next part. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about the plan of Huckleberry Finn. We will see this in the next lesson. Evet, bölüm burada noktalayalım arkadaşlar. Soru kısmında çok sık çalışmanızı tavsiye ederim. Yeri geldiğinde duraklatarak kısa kısa cümlelerle uzun uzun cevaplar vermeye çalışın. İkili üçlü kelimelerden oluşan cümlelerle uzun uzun cevaplar vermeye çalışın. Acele etmeden kendinize biraz daha zaman tanıyarak bu şekilde seriyi tamamlamaya çalışın. Her bir bölümü bir çırpıda bitirmek zorunda değilsiniz. Her gün 10 dakika, 5 dakika artık kendi yolunuza göre kendi programınızı o şekilde hazırlayabilirsiniz diyeyim ve bölümü burada noktalayayım. Evet, bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın.
Tom was happy because he had an interesting morning in church. On Monday morning, Tom did not want to get up.
Get up immediately, Tom, and get ready for school.
And Polly cried. On his way to school, Tom met his friend Huckleberry Finn. Huck's father drank whiskey all the time and did not work. Huck had no mother and no home. He lived in the streets and did not go to school. His clothes were old and dirty. He went fishing and swimming when he wanted. Huck was happy. All the mothers of the village hated him because he was lazy and used bad language. All the children of the town liked him very much. They admired him.
Hello, Huckleberry. What's that?
It's a dead cat,
said Huck.
What will we do with it?
Asked Tom.
I want to take it to the graveyard after midnight.
Huck said.